Very good evening to all. Okay, welcome to Network Ethics. So our today's session is going to be a demo in in1 Firewall Combo Training program, for which we are going to start, and soon we are going to start on new batch with Paloalto in this in1 Firewall Combo, and it's going to start on, actually it is going to start on 17th May. Okay, not 16th May, so coming Wednesday, 17th May. So I'm really sorry. So actual course is going to start on 17th May, and timing will be 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. guys. Okay, so this is our fee structure. Okay, so we are giving a 50% of offer right now. So you can take this course for 50 percentage. I mean, with 50% offer itself, and those who are going to take a in1 firewall combo, you guys can make your payment in a 3 installment. Okay, and those who are looking for only Palo Alto, so we are starting this batch with Palo Alto firewall. So if you're looking for only Palo Alto, that's also you can join any single firewall as well. Okay, so looking forward, I'm going to start our today's demo. Okay, so let me show you this. So in our today's demo, we are going to discuss about the this course. So are in this in1 firewall combo, what are the course? What are the product we are going to cover, and under the each product, which course curriculum we are going to cover, and what is the exact course content, right? So everything we are going to discuss today. Okay, and tomorrow I'll take any one of the random topic in Palo Alto, because since we are going to start this batch in a Palo Alto, so I'm going to take any random topic as a demo purpose. I'm going to take you, so you can join tomorrow's demo session as well, guys. Since we have a 4 hours demo for this batch. Okay, so today 2 hours and tomorrow 2 hours, guys. Okay, so so let's discuss about the this course in this compo, what we are going to cover. So this course, it's a compo courses. We are calling it as a in1 firewall compo, and it's just like a firewall mastery program. Okay, so in this firewall mastery program, just okay, in this firewall mastery program, we are going to cover Palo Alto, okay, and Fortigate, Palo Alto firewall, Fortigate firewall, and Checkpoint firewall, and then Cisco ASA firewall and Cisco Firepower FTD firewall. These 5 firewalls we are going to cover it, guys. Okay, so this batch timing will be in 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay, so that batch, this training program is going to start with Palo Alto. After Palo Alto, the same timing we'll start with the batch will be started another firewall with Fortigate after the completion of Palo Alto. Okay, and after Fortigate, we'll go with the checkpoint. Okay, after checkpoint, we'll go with the ASA, and after ASA, we'll go with the FTD. Okay, so to learn FTD, ASA is a mandatory thing you need to know. Okay, so first we will cover ASA, then we will go with the FTD. Okay, so this is your batch schedule for this in1 firewall combo. Okay, so you can complete one by one. So our suggestion, you can complete one by one, and if you, due to time concern, you want to complete as a fast track, we do have a weekend badge, we do have a morning badge as well. And so after you can join this badge, and then after completion of Palo Alto, in case we are going to soon, we are going to start in a morning batch with Fortigate, so that also you can join. And soon we are going to start with a weekend batch, so that most probably we're going to start with Checkpoint. So if you're available on that timing, you can join, but uh, it's not recommendable thing. But if you are able to learn multiple product quickly, then that's your choice. You can go with a fast track manner, guys. Okay, so from our side, we are suggesting to go with one by one. We can take this in1 firewall compo if you're interested, and you can complete first Palo Alto, then Fortigate, then Checkpoint in this timing. If you're preferring this timing, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay, so you can go this schedule, guys. Okay, We do have evening 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. batch as well. That is 1 hour session. So that we just started. I mean, we just started a checkpoint. Okay. So from Monday onwards, we are getting to the checkpoint actual course curriculum. So if you are interested in that 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you're interested in this timing, it's a weekdays batch. This is also weekdays batch. So you can join with the checkpoint as well, guys. Okay. So let me discuss about the curriculum. Okay, so I'm going to today, as I said, I'm going to deeply get into the course curriculum discussion, and tomorrow we are going to have in one practical session with any of the random topic in Palo Alto. Okay, so first, since we are going to start with Palo Alto, so let me start with Palo Alto. In Palo Alto, our course curriculum we are covering both, so PCNSA. Okay, PCNSA and PCNSA. Actually, in Palo Alto, there are for a beginner, if you are very new to this firewall industry, network security industry, you should start from the firewalls. And if you are very new to the Palo Alto, and you have to start from the PCNSA, that is the beginner level, and you're going to learn entire Palo Alto in PCN. I mean, how to manage your Palo Alto firewall, how to configure the policies and enable the services, how to create the objects, right? And how to implement the security profiles. So that and all you're going to learn. And the basic administration, configuration, and management things you are going to learn in a PCNSA, guys. Okay, in PCNSE, you're going to it's an advanced level. So PCNSA, it's a administrative level certification program. Okay, and where you can able to manage your Palo Alto firewall, just configuring, deploying that thing, you can able to do it. And in case of any issue or uh, some troubleshooting, some advanced concept and all, you are not going to learn in a PCNSE. And PCNSE, there are another certification, the next level of certification that is called PCNSE, and that is expert level certification, Palo Alto Certified Network Security in Expert. Okay, and so that expert level certification, you are going to learn Palo Alto firewall product, and whatever you are going to learn in PCNSA, that you are going to learn, so you can able to manage, you can able to deploy, you can able to configure, right? So you can do some daily activities, right? So that you can able to manage in when you learn the PCNSA. And when you're going for a PCNSE, along with PCNSA course curriculum, here you're going to learn some troubleshooting things and some advanced concept like uh, panoramas. Not only just have Palo Alto firewall, you're going to learn only on Palo Alto firewall in PCNSA, and that too you're going to learn the level of managing administration, right? So in basics to intermediate level you are going to learn in PCNSE. And PCNSE, you're going to learn from basics to an expert level, like not you're going to entirely learn your Palo Alto firewall, and additionally you're going to learn one more product called Panorama. Okay, so one more product called Panorama you're going to learn in PCNSE, guys. So not only you're going to learn Palo Alto firewall, Panorama is the one of the Palo Alto product. So it's a centralized management device to by using Panorama, you can manage a number of your Palo Alto firewall. And let's say if you're working in a large enterprise network, so they all in the they have a multi multinational branches. Okay, so let's say you're working with 100, you're going to manage 100 branches. All these 100 branches have Palo Alto firewalls. So right, so these Palo Alto firewall, if you want to manage it under one roof, then comes to the Panorama. So Panorama is the centralized management device where you can able to manage all your Palo Alto firewalls as a central console. And not only it can act like management server, and it can act like a log server as well, centralized log collector as well. So Panorama can do two important roles: Panorama management server, Panorama log server, centralized log collector. So that device also you're going to learn in PCNSE, guys. Along with that, you're going to learn troubleshooting. Okay, so okay, so these are all in our course curriculum. We are covering both PCNSA and PCNSE. Both we are covering it, guys. Okay, so let's go in other products. Okay, then we'll come back with the CCNA course curriculum and sorry, not CCNA, PCNSA course curriculum and PCNSE course curriculum deeper dive. Okay, so in Fortigate, Fortigate is the brand name. Sorry, Fortigate is the product name, firewall name, product. It's a brand of Fortinet. Okay, Fortinet is the brand name. Okay, and Fortigate is the one of the product in Fortinet. So that is firewall product. Likewise, one of Palo Alto network is the brand name, and Palo Alto firewall is the one of the product firewall product. Okay, Palo Alto is the one of the firewall, one of the product in Palo Alto networks. Okay, and likewise, Panorama is the one of the product in a Palo Alto networks. So in 40net in number of products we have. Okay, in that one of the product which is mainly focusing, their main product is firewall product and Fortigate firewall. That product name is Fortigate firewall. Why I am saying that? So a lot of I in my experience I saw a lot of students, a lot of professionals as well, so those who are already working, right? So they are getting confused with Fortigate and Fortinet. They are thinking like Fortinet is the different firewall product and Fortigate is the different firewall product. Not like that. Fortinet is the brand name and Fortigate is the product name. Okay, firewall product name. Okay, so in this Fortigate firewall, as per the certification in Fortinet side, so it's just like a Cisco track, similar to Cisco, almost similar to Cisco track. Okay, so they have a NSC 1 to NSC 8, the certification level of the certification, NSC 1 to NSC 8. So NSC 2, NSC 3, like that. One of the product which we are going to cover is NSC 4. Okay, so under NSC 4 only you're going to learn FortiGate firewall. NSC 1 to 3, it's for beginner. NSC 1 to 3, it's for sorry, NSC 1 and 2 is for beginner level. Those who are very new to this networking and network security domain, right? So very new to the IT infrastructure domain. So they have to learn NSC 1 to NSC 3. It's like similar to NSC 1, they are going to cover what is Fortinet brand, their portfolio they are going to cover, and what are the products they are having it. NSE 1 and 2, they are going to cover these two things only, guys. So what is Fortinet product, Fortinet brand, and what are the products they have, and how each product, what is the use of each product which is available in a Fortinet, that you are going to learn up to NSE 3. Along with that, you are going to learn some basics like fundamental of network and network security things. What is firewall, right? And what is some other firewall products, which whatever network security products, whatever the network security products, and what is networking, right? So these fundamentals only you're going to learn. So almost here, I hope everyone is, those who are present today, so everyone know aware, right? So those who are having a knowledge of CCNA, that is enough to learn. Okay, CCNA similar to your NSC 3, up to NSC 3, guys. Okay, if you have a CCNA knowledge or CompTIA N plus knowledge, so that is fine. You can able to learn any next generation firewall. Okay, so even no need of certification. Just if you have a fundamental knowledge in networking. So in especially if you know what is OSI layer, what are the what is port number, what is protocol, right? And what is each OSI layer, each layer, 7 layers we have it, right? So each layer functionality. So, and what is IP schema, IP subnetting. Okay, this fundamental things if you know, right? and what is routing, what is LAN. Okay, so if you know this fundamental, or at least if you have a CCNA level of knowledge or N plus CompTIA N plus of level of knowledge, if you have, you're eligible to learn any next generation firewall. You don't need to be a expert in any other products, or you don't need to be having a 5 years 10 years experience, not like that. Okay, so it's fair enough to learn. This knowledge is fair enough to learn uh, any next generation firewall. So nowadays entry level network engineer um, designation as well, they are asking for the firewalls. Okay, so better if you have knowledge with basic CCNA level knowledge plus at least any one of the next generation firewall, you have a better job opportunity, guys. Okay, so fine. So let's come back to the Fortigate. And as I said, Fortigate having a certification level up to NSE 1 to NSE 8, and those who are all technical people, NSE 1 and NSE 2 for at just an beginner and like students level college, maybe it's in a college student or beginners, so that is needed. Guys, please switch off your camera. Thank you. Okay, so and NSE 3, it's actually what you're going to learn in NSE 2. Little bit further, you're going to learn in NSE 3. It's nothing, it's for a sales people, those who are all working as a sales in a Fortinet brand or a Fortinet partner company. Okay, so this is for sales people, not for technical people, guys. Actually, NSC 4, from the NSC 4 only the certification is started to the technical people like us. Okay, so you guys can start if you're already working in somewhere else, and if you want to enter into the Fortigate firewall, or if you want to move on your career with the Fortigate firewall, or if you want to learn further multiple security products, so you can, if you want to start with Fortigate, and then you have to start from the NSC 4 certification. If you learn FortiGate firewall, you are eligible to write NSC 4 certification. There is no any prerequisites to write NSC 4 certification. Okay, you should learn FortiGate firewall. That's it. This NSC 4 certification further, we have, okay, yes, we have two papers. So when you are going to, if you are looking for a NSC 4 certification, then to complete your NSC 4 certification, you have a Daniel, let me explain all those steps. So it will take 5 months to 5 to 6 months to complete entire compo pack. Okay, because we are not just it's an a 5 firewall compo. Inside that, if you look at, almost we are giving a seven courses. Okay, so it will take 5 to 6 months to complete. Okay, so let me explain each one by one. So NSC 4 certification. So for that is FortiGate security. It is going to start first paper. You are going to learn if you go for a NSE 4 certification written exam, that is a written examination. Okay, so you have to learn a FortiGate security paper and FortiGate infrastructure paper. FortiGate security paper you are going to learn, so about the both you are going to learn about in FortiGate firewall only. So under infrastructure you are going to learn some advanced concept like high availability, and then uh, IPsec VPN. Okay, and then VDO, some advanced concept you are going to learn. And so that I'll share with you the course curriculum, actual course curriculum with the for NSC 4, whatever we are going to cover, that I'll share with you. So if we have a time, we will discuss all other products, or else we'll discuss today only with Paloalto, and I'll share the course content, whatever the course curriculum we are going to cover each firewall, I'll share with you guys, and the detailed course curriculum discussion video I will give you for your reference as well, in case if we are unable to complete today, because I'll for me it will take, I'm going to give some deep in info about the course content. Okay, so it will take time, guys. Okay, so fine. And under FortiGate security, you're going to learn how to create, how to access the initially, how to access your FortiGate firewall, how to create a rule, how to do NAT, right? SSL VPN. So some other uh, security topics you're going to learn in security, FortiGate security product. Okay, I mean security paper and FortiGate infrastructure paper. Some advanced management topics you're going to learn under security in sorry FortiGate infrastructure, guys. So detailed thing I'll show you. Okay, and checkpoint, there are two type of certification, CCSA and CCSE. CCSA is administrative level, so associate level of I mean administrative level certification. It is those who want to start their career, those who want to manage your checkpoint firewall. Then if you are very new to that, you have to start beginner level. This is the beginner level, CCNA, sorry, CCSA, checkpoint certified security administrator. Okay, and then expert level certification, checkpoint certified secu- security expert. Okay, so this is your expert level certification. Okay, so we are covering both in our course curriculum, both CCSA plus CCSE, both we are covering, guys. Okay, in like Fortinet we are covering NSC 4 and as well as whatever is there in NSC 1 and NSC 2, right? So up to NSC 3 also we will cover in the middle of Fortigate, when we are going to discuss about the IPS or UTM features. So that time we are going to discuss. So what is in whatever the topics is there in NSC 1 and NSC 2, that also we are going to discuss, guys. Okay, actually this is an just a NSC 1 and NSC 2. It will take 2 hours plus 2 hours. Okay, so totally 5 hours duration to complete your NSC up to NSC 3, guys. Okay, so that we will along with NSC 4, that I will cover it. Okay, so under security fabric topics we will cover it, security fabric, and then zero day threat prevention. Okay, so under these topics, so lab, for guys, for lab we will give you the necessary tools, and you can have you can also access our lab setup. For that you have to book your slot based on the availability. You can able to use our virtual lab, and and as well as we will give you the necessary tools and softwares. So we are going to use a E1G virtual lab setup. So that lab, that tools and everything, and we will provide you, and I will help you to create your own lab setup in your own laptop. And in case if you don't have a enough hardware, and if you want to make your own lab setup, we will help you to create your own lab setup in Google Cloud as a free of cost. Okay, so that you can use it for next 90 days for free of cost as well. Okay, so that will help you, and we are going to use a virtual lab setup for hands-on everything. Okay, we'll give you the tools, no worries. So under these two topics we are covering security I mean your NSC 1 and NSC 1 to NSC 3, guys. Okay, so no worries, along with NSC 1 to 3 we are covering NSC 4. Okay, so it comes under the Fortigate, guys. And checkpoint, CCSA and CCSC, both we are covering it. Okay, and Cisco ASA, there is no, it's a Cisco track, there is no specific certification only for ASA. So previously CCNA, we in under CCNA security we have this is Cisco, but right now they have changed the track. Okay, so so if you have completed Cisco ASA and Cisco Firepower devices in our training, if you are already in a CCNP, you can if you are already done CCNP score examination, the concentration exam, you can able to come by using these two, by learning these two product with us. You can go with the firewall specialist certification. So you can go specialized certification with a firewall specialist. So you can able to become a CCNP certified engineer as well. Okay. So the reason it's not like any other firewall, there Cisco certification track is different. Okay, so that's the reason. But if you're already, if you know Cisco certification track, and if you're already on the Cisco certification track, if you have completed CCNP core examination and you're looking for a CCIE security certification, or CCNP certification, security certification, in that case, these two products will help you to get your CCNP firewall specialist certification, guys. Okay, so that if you are getting as after a score a written exam, if you are go for a firewall specialist certification written exam, then you will become a CCNP certified engineer. Okay, so okay, guys. So, and in Cisco, I'll share the course curriculum what is there in a Cisco ASA and Cisco FTD, firepower threat prevention. Okay, and when it comes to the Cisco FTD, you're going to learn other product, like in when you're going to learn Palo Alto, you're going to learn one more product like Panorama, not only Palo Alto devices, you're going to learn a Panorama, like so, like that. When you're doing a Cisco firepower, you're going to learn FMC as well. So FMC, it's similar to Panorama. It's a centralized management device for Cisco firepower products. Okay, so how to integrate your, you can manage your Cisco FTD firewall separately, as well as you can manage by the help of FMC device. Okay, and like how using single Panorama device we can manage multiple Palo Alto devices as a centralized management console, right? So management device, similarly multiple firepower threat defense firewalls, okay, if FTD firewalls can be manageable by the help of firepower management center, FMC. So that, yeah, that also you're going to learn, guys. Okay, so this is overview about the course which we are going to cover in this compo, about the product which we are going to cover in this 5-on firewall compo. Okay, so since we are going to start with Palo Alto first in this batch, so I'm going to start with Palo Alto. So I want to discuss deeply Palo Alto course curriculum, everything. Okay, and further like Fortigate, Checkpoint, ASA, and FTD, I will share the course curriculum course content for your reference, as well as if you're looking for a deep dive in a course content discussion, I'll share the recorded video of other firewall course content discussion. Okay, so that will help you to know more about how what is the topic we are going to cover, what is the content we are going to cover in this course, and how depth it is going to be, that you can able to easily understand, guys. Okay, so let's start with Palo Alto. As I said, in Palo Alto, we are going to start from the basics, like we are going to start the beginner level PCNSA and then expert level PCNSA. So in PCNSA, like how in Fortigate we have a to complete NSC 4 certification, you should learn two papers, like in a Fortigate security and Fortigate infrastructure, as per the Fortigate guidance, like for NSC 4 certification. Likewise, as per the Palo Alto guidance, right? So to get a PCNSA certification, you should learn EDU 210 paper. Okay, the paper which is discuss about your Palo Alto firewall. Palo Alto PM means Palo Alto firewall. Here you are going to learn how to manage, how to access your Palo Alto firewall, how to manage, and how to do day by day activities, like creating the policy, creating the object, enabling the services, creating the security profiles, utilizing the URL filter, application control. So that features how to implement, how to enable the configuration and management, that you are going to learn under EDU 210 paper, guys. EDU 210 paper. Okay, and if you're looking for a PCNSE certification, so after completion of EDU 210 paper, you can go for a PCNSA certification. Okay. So, but if you're looking for expert, if you want to become an expert in a Palo Alto devices, and then if you go for a PCNSE certification, there is no prerequisite. So let's say in Checkpoint, if you want to become an expert, first you have to complete associate level, I mean administrative level certification. Then only you can go with the expert level certification. But Palo Alto, you, if you have a knowledge, there is no prerequisites where first you have to complete like PCNSA, then only we can go for a PCNSE, not like that. If you have a knowledge, you can directly go for a PCNSE certification. Both are having, I mean, you have to spend around 200 200 USD, actually 180 plus tax. Okay, so 200 you have to spend to around 200 USD to go for a either PCNSE certification or PCNSE certification, guys. So anything you can go if you have a knowledge, you'll either PCNSE or PCNSE. So the certification validity is 2 years. Okay, so so after we are covering EDU 10 paper, after the EDU 10 paper, we are going to cover. So we are going to get into the PCNSEs. Okay, so in PCNSE certification, if you want to complete a PCNSE certification, you have to cover EDU 210 paper, and you have a three papers. You have to complete three papers. You have a knowledge on these three papers, guys. So the papers name EDU 210, which is PCNSA level, and EDU 220, which is expert level. Okay, so where you are going to learn panorama. Okay, so EDU, how to configure, how to manage Palo Alto firewalls, EDU 210, and this is panorama. Okay, Palo Alto firewall, EDU 210 is discussing about Palo Alto firewall, and EDU 210, sorry, 220 is discussing about the panorama device. Okay, and then third EDU 330, which is troubleshooting. So how to troubleshoot your Palo Alto firewall and Panorama, how to, in case if you're having any issue with your products, right, the device, and maybe how to register your Palo Alto firewall into the uh, customer portal in case if you have any issue, how to raise the tickets, and in case any configuration related issue, how to raise the ticket for the support team, and in case in a hardware level issue, how to create the ticket, and how to whom we have to approach for hardware level issues. And after purchasing the device, in case of within your warranty period, in case of anything happen in your firewall product, and how to replace the product, and to whom you have to getting a replacement of your product, to whom we have to raise the ticket, and to whom we have to approach, right? Everything we you're good, not only just having a troubleshooting on your product configuration wise, protocol wise, we are going to along with support, customer support, and hardware in case hardware level of issues, how, so which we can able to manage, which we are not able to manage hardware level. So how to classify that, and how to manage that, how to go for a support in a hardware team in a Palo Alto, right? And how to get a replacement, everything we are going to discuss under EDU 330 paper, guys. Okay, this is fully about troubleshooting. So if you go for a PCNSE certification, you should have a knowledge on all these three papers. Okay, if you go for a PCNSE certification, you have a knowledge on EDU 210 paper, guys. Okay, so that is enough to go for a PCNSA certification. But if you're looking for a PCNSE certification, okay, and you can learn, you need to learn all these three papers. So in our Palo Alto course curriculum, we are covering all these papers, guys. Okay, as per these papers are as per the Palo Alto syllabus. Okay, Palo Alto guidance. Okay, so as per that guidance, we are covering all these three papers. So you can go either go for a PCNSA, or either you can go for a PCNSE. Any certification you can go, guys. There is no prerequisites. Okay, so let me show you that. Okay, first we'll go with the Palo Alto. Okay, this is EDU 220 paper. As per latest version of your Palo Alto is 10.2. Okay, so that course curriculum only we are covering it. So this is 220, right? So 210 paper. This is your Palo Alto firewall essentials. Okay, configuration management thing. Okay, EDU 210 paper, guys. So these are all the course curriculum which we are going to cover on EDU 210 paper. So the course modules, module wise. So first we are going to cover the portfolio of Palo Alto and what is the architecture Palo Alto firewall is using, and what is the benefit of having that architecture, and that and all we are going to discuss. And then along with that, we are going to discuss about some hardware and virtual machine firewall modules and data sheets. So what are the firewall products we have in a Palo Alto side, and what is the data sheet, what is the hardware specification, and in which how to select if you're working in a enterprise network and your team asking you to suggest one good food Palo Alto firewall based on your uh, network need, right? So in that case, which model we have to select, and what is the aspect we have to follow while purchasing the product. Okay, and after purchasing the product, how to register, how to upload the licenses, right? And just a minute, guys. Sorry, guys. I hope now I'm audible. Is it audible, right, guys? Yes, can you hear me now? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Savitri. Okay. So that and all we are going to discuss under Palo Alto architecture and portfolio and architecture. So introduction to the Palo Alto networks. So how they are, the history of their Palo Alto networks architecture, and then what are the products they are focusing it just only on Palo Alto firewall or any other some product they are focusing it. All those stuffs we are going to discuss under that, and then connect to management network. So this is comes under your initial configuration, how to connect your fresh, if you're getting a fresh Palo Alto firewall, how to access the console to manage your Fortigate firewall through CLI, through GUI, through net direct console port, right? And how to access the uh, consoles, what is the default credentials, right? So how to change the IP address on your management interface, and how to allow the administrative access in for a different services, right? So that and all you are going to learn under module 2. And then manage firewall configuration. Under here um, you're going to know how to configure your Palo Alto firewall for daily activities like creating enabling your interfaces, data interfaces, and what are the way we can able to deploy your we can able to deploy your Palo Alto data interfaces in a 5 different ways. So how to deploy it, right? So that and all you are going to learn under manage firewall configurations. Okay, and not only just in deploying the interfaces, and how to configure some other services like security profile, security service, security policies. So one by one it will come like here. Okay, so everything you are going to learn. Okay. And sorry, under firewall, manage firewall configuration, it's no, I'm really sorry, guys. So third one, it's just discussing about how to take a backup, what are the configuration files we have in a Palo Alto firewall. This is comes under the management management plane activities. Okay, so like uh, taking a backup, restore, right? And then configuration, what are the type of configuration files we have, and commit clock, config clock, like that, how to manage your firewall configuration files, right? So that and all you are going to learn under module 3. Module 4, it's more up to actually model 2 to 3 and 4. it's totally discussing about firewall management activities. So as an administrator, how you are going to manage your firewall, your firewall configurations like backup and administrators, how to create your admin user account, new administrator user, and how to give the privilege to access your Paloalto firewall, multiple administrator user accounts you are going to create, right? So what are the privileges we have, default privileges and customized privileges, right? So that and all you're going to learn under module 4. Module 5, which is about how to deploy after creating the your after access your very first time after access your FortiGate, sorry, Palo Alto firewall, and how to register your Palo Alto firewall, register and license update everything after done all those stuffs. So how to create a multiple administrator user account based on their job nature, right? So based on their role. So that and all you're going to learn up to module 4 and module 5. And while deploying your Palo Alto firewall in a production network very first time, what are the things you have to follow, like just completing your after registration, you have to make sure whether you have a policy based on your production network needs. So the security needs of security mechanisms, right? So like the policy, how to create the policy, and then how to configure the routing default route, right? And how to enable that. So that and all comes under model 5 and after that, guys. Okay. So before deploy your firewall into the live production network, what are the things, prerequisites we have to check, and we have to um, make sure your network's infrastructure is fine or not, right? So everything we have to done. We are going to done in model number 5, and then model number 6 you're going to start to learn. So what is cyber attack, like what is vulnerabilities, what is threats, what is spyware, malware, right? So which is comes under the IPs activities. Okay, this model we are going to cover after IP, I mean, while configuring, while discussing about the security profiles like URL filter, file blocking, antivirus profile, malware protection, zero-day threat prevention, right? So that are all the features we have in a Palo Alto firewalls. So that while discuss about the profile, features, I'm going to tell you what is cyber attack lifecycle. If the cyber attack is happened, in what are the ways, what type of attacks we have, what type of vulnerabilities we have, what are the ways it will what are the ways it can able to injected in your network, right? And in case if cyber attack is happen, how to detect that, right? And how to in a production network, how they will handle it, and what are the stages we have up to detect and generate the report audit file, generate up to generating the audit file, from detecting the vulnerabilities to managing the vulnerabilities and threats, and detecting, creating the taking the action against that vulnerabilities, and based on that action, based how to monitor the vulnerabilities, and how to generate the report, audit report, that against that vulnerabilities, right? So that and all, it comes under the cyber attack life cycle. Okay, so it's basically it's in a theoretical session. So you're going to learn how. So I told you, right? So if you're entering into the network security, your firewall network security, or and you can say it's a cyber security as well, the firewall product is the first product you have to learn. And as well as it's just like a entry level entry in a cyber security domain. Learning the firewall is a entry into the cyber security domain. If you want to shine your career in a cyber security domain, you should know this firewall. So if you want to become an ethical hacker, if you want to become a cyber security specialist, right? So if you want to become a stock engineer, security operation engineer, right? So for everything, so you have to learn your firewall product. So like if you want to enter into the networking, right? How basic fundamental networking is, if you want to become a specialized in an enterprise network, right? You how the foundation of networking is more important, right? So like that, if you want to become a cyber security, if you want to become a cyber security specialist, and one of the foundation product is firewall. So you should know, at least you should know how firewall is working, any one of the next generation firewall, at least one. If you know multiple products, then you'll become an expert on that, and you can create a, you can able to enhance your profile. You have a huge job market. So that and I'll tell you how, why we need to learn multiple products. So nowadays, employees are experting the people to manage multiple products. Okay, so and if you know multiple products, and you can able to have a better job market than others, those who know one when you one of the one product, like that. Okay, so you're in a working in infrastructure, right? In your infrastructure, if you are in a network security firm, if you're working in a networking firm companies, or network security or cyber security companies, right? They will give a support to their clients regarding the network and network security products. Okay, so their client have a multiple products. So not only, they are not going to have only Palo Alto, they are not only going to have a Fortigate, like that. Okay, so they are going to have at least 2 3 firewalls in their production network. So maybe that is different product, vendor product. So if you know multiple vendor product, so the employers also will expect you to manage multiple vendor product. So if you know only Palo Alto, in your employer, they're giving a support to Fortigate as well. So they cannot able to recruit one more engineer like you, those who Fortigate, no Fortigate, only to manage Fortigate. Okay, so not like that, they will expert the people to manage multiple vendor product, guys. So that is the um, if you go for any job portal, look at the job description, definitely you know that, you'll know that why I'm saying that. Okay, sorry guys. So here we are going to learn a cyber attack life cycle, and how from detecting the, when you're one any type of attack vulnerabilities, threats are detecting in your network, they are trying to attack it, they try to inject the malware, spyware, anything. From that point, and your team, how to manage that vulnerability malware, how they are treating that by using your firewall IPS. So detect that threats and take action against that threats, and taking the report and analysis your live traffic, how much of vulnerabilities identified in your live traffic, and what, by using that monitoring, how to enhance your network security systems, right? And that and all, they will discuss in auditing. While doing auditing, that the auditing, monitoring and auditing will help the team will help us to enhance your network security mechanisms, guys. Okay, so that lot of process we have inside the cybersecurity domain. So as a when you're enter into the cybersecurity domain, and learning the firewall is the first thing you should know. So nowadays, a lot of cybersecurity training programs are there, but without fundamental, that is thing like malware management, and then SOC operation center, right? Security operation center management, right? So these kind of some different kind of training program is there. So that and all you have to learn in your career once, if you're head into the cybersecurity domain. After that, when you want to move further one by one, that you have to start after that only. But the foundation, it's your network security. And under network security, any one of the firewall you should learn as a foundation thing. Okay, so after, let's come back to course curriculum. So after the cyber attack life cycle, so which this thing we are going to cover under IPS concepts. Okay, UTM features, or next generation firewall features. Okay, and after that, how we are going to know how to create the NAT rule in Palo Alto firewall. How to what are the type of NAT we have: source NAT, destination NAT, U-turn NAT. Okay, so different type of NATs. What is source NAT, what is destination NAT, and what is U-turn NAT, what is port forwarding, right? What is port mapping? So that and all you're going to learn under NAT rule, guys. Okay, so and then this is for how to create a NAT rule in your Palo Alto firewall, and module 8, how to create a security rule, basic security rule just like in ASA we call it as access control list. Okay, in uh, okay, so security policies. So in Paloalto we are calling it as a security policies. So this is how to create the rule to block some traffic based on the service protocol port number. Okay, but as a filters like L3 filters and L4 filters. So network layer filters. So network layer filters means L3 you can filter the traffic based on the IP based. So that may be source IP, destination IP, and then source network IP, destination network, right? So as these are all the L3 filters, and when it comes to the L4 filters, transport layer, right? So there you are going to use port number as a filters, port number and protocol number. So UDP, TCP protocol, UDP protocol, right? In that HTTP service I want to block it, or HTTPS I want to block it, FTP, TFTP, any services, right? So DNS, DHCP, any of the services I want to block it. So right, so that and all you're going to create the rule based on it. In that, I mean, you're going to learn under module 8, guys. Okay, and then and module 9 it's about the L3 filters, IP based filter. Module 8 it's about the L4 filters. Module 9 it's about the L3 filters, guys. Okay, and then Model 10 about your application UTM features. From here it is started. So UTM features, so like application control. If you want to block some let's say I want to block Facebook application. Facebook use the HTTPS services, and likewise multiple websites are they're having or they're running under the HTTPS services only. So in a production network, sometimes we need we need to allow Facebook and we need to deny not only social networking URLs. So some URLs we need to allow your internal users to access that. So that URL also using the HTTPS services. So if you I want to block Facebook, so Facebook also using the HTTPS, right? So in that scenario, we cannot block the traffic based on the services only. Okay, so I want to allow some website web application, but only social networking application only I don't want to allow it. So in that case you can allow or deny the application, or you can create the rule to block or allow some traffic based on the application wise, like Facebook I want to block it or I want to allow it, then I can able to that I can able to do it by the help of application filters, application control, identifying the application, which application is this, and whether we are going to allow this application or not. And micro application control also I have in a application control filters. Okay, so I want to allow Facebook, but inside the Facebook chat, my micro application like Facebook chat, messenger, and then Facebook file sharing, right? So a lot of things is a lot of micro application we have. So Facebook it's a collaboration of multiple micro applications, right? So in that I want to deny Facebook chat, but I want to allow Facebook share option to promote my product. So in that case, that you can achieve by the help of application control. So how we are going to learn application control as well here. So what is application control, how to achieve it, how to create application control to allow micro applications or to block micro applications as well. Okay, so that and all we are going to see here, guys. These are all comes under the application control model 11, 12, and 10. Okay, these comes under these models are discussing about the application control feature. Okay, and model 13, 14, it's about 15. Okay, 16, 17 up to 8. So here all are UTM features only. So here you are going to model 13 you're going to learn user filters. So if you want to block some users, so allow some users based on the user identification, user blocking, your user identification is going to happen. So this is also one of the L7 filters, user filter, user ID based filters. If I want to block some traffic, if we want to allow some application for, let's say, in my LAN, I have a two teams, so sales team and technical team. Sales team, I want to allow social networking application. Technical team, I want to block social networking applications, right? So in that case, I can achieve this filter by the help of by users, identifying the users. Okay, user identification. So that is comes under the module 13. Module 14, it's in a, if I want to block some hardware level, like I want to block system A, so which is having this MAC address or MAC filters hardware level or operating system wise, I can able to block it. Okay, so that you are going to learn model 14. And then so model 15, it's about the IPS, how to unknown threats, how to identify the vulnerabilities, virus, malware, spyware, right? So that and all the activities of IPS. So these are all the things comes under the IPS. Module 15 to module 19, it's fully discuss about your IPS, like antivirus profile, your URL filter, file blocking, app, and then data leakage protection, and adware detection, malware detection, right? So zero-day threat prevention. So all this comes under up to 19 models, guys. Okay, so the model number 19, it's totally all these functionalities of your IPS. Okay, so that we are going to cover full IPS. We are going to cover up to module 19, guys, in this EDU 210 paper. So it's fully about, if you look at the EDU 210 paper, it's fully discuss how to configure, how to manage your Palo to firewall. That's it. Okay, and who can able to learn? So anybody from, if you want to become a start their career in a network security domain, so maybe the students, or right, or if you're already working as a security engineer, network engineer, right, and security administrator, right, if you so they can able to learn this firewall product, guys. Okay, so this is EDU 210. That's all about the EDU 210 paper. And let's go with the EDU 220 paper. So this is fully discussing about your panorama. I said right. So previously, so EDU 210 is only for your Palo Alto. You're going to learn how to manage your Palo Alto firewall. And EDU 220, you're going to learn how to manage your panorama, and inside that panorama, how to manage your Palo Alto firewall as well, how to integrate multiple Palo Alto firewalls into your panorama. That also you're going to learn, guys. Okay, so initial configuration from starting, how whatever we have, we are going to do it for in a Palo Alto, the same initial configuration only it's come here. Okay, and how to integrate your Palo Alto firewall with panorama, right? And after add your Palo Alto firewall into the panorama, how to create the rule from panorama. And let's say I have, this is panorama, and one site I have in Chennai, one site I have in Bangalore, one site I have in Delhi. Okay, and so my headquarters in Hyderabad. Okay, there I have a panorama. This is my panorama. All this Palo Alto firewalls I want to manage from Hyderabad. So so let's say this is Delhi, right? This is Bangalore. This is Chennai. So my Chennai firewall I want to manage from Hyderabad. So I want to create some policy from Hyderabad panorama device to Palo. So I can, right now I'm in front of my panorama device, and I want to create some policy on my Palo Alto device which is deployed in a Chennai branch. So that I can able to do it in front of panorama. I can able to integrate, if I successfully integrated Palo Alto devices into my panorama. From here I can sit in front of panorama. I can able to configure the policy whatever I want to deploy in Chennai branch. I can create here, and I can push that configuration into the Chennai branch Palo Alto. And it's not only creating the firewall rule objects and managing the firewall. So like daily activities like taking a backup and license upgradation and then patch update, operating system update, right? So any update, if you want to do it, that also possible to do it in your Panorama. Okay, from your Panorama, you can remotely access your Palo Alto devices and you can manage your Palo Alto devices as well, guys. Okay, and from your Panorama itself, and not only just managing the device, you can collect the logs. So it can do dual role. Okay, you can collect the logs, and that logs, all the logs from your each branches will be remotely stored in your Panorama. Okay, when you're deploying your Palo Alto, sorry, your Panorama as a log collector, so that is also possible. Okay. So for that Panorama, how to add your Palo Alto firewalls into your Panorama, so that you're going to, okay, Panorama. Sorry, yes, you can able to add it. And then while adding that, after add your Palo Alto firewall into the Panorama, how to create the policy into your, from your Panorama, and how to push that policy into your Palo Alto firewall policy objects, right? So that and all, and how to deploy your Palo Alto firewall as a log collector, and how to using your Panorama as a how to verify your logs in from Panorama, right? And how to achieve the high availability in Panorama. Okay, so that and all you're going to learn, and then how to generate the report, and what are the type of administrators we have in Panorama, how to create multiple administrators, and troubleshooting while integrating the Palo Alto firewalls. What are the issues will come, how to troubleshoot it, and regarding while achieving the high availability, what are the issues come, how to integrate it, everything. You are going to uh, learn under EDU 220 paper, guys. Okay, so this is second paper which you are going to learn under Palo Alto PCNSE certification, and the third and final paper, that is EDU 330, which is totally discussing about your troubleshooting. So how to troubleshoot your Palo Alto firewall, how to capture the packet, how to diagnose, right? So debug, and how to access the CLI of your Palo Alto firewall, and how to configure mm, some interface configuration and policy configuration, how to capture the packet through CLI, right? So that and all you are going to learn here, and as well as in while capturing the packet, where in a receiving interface how to capture the packet, and outgoing interface, receiving interface, inbound direction how to capture the packet, outbound direction while transfer the packet, your firewall how to capture the packet, right? That and all you're going to learn here. And what is system service? System service, it's an additional features which you're going to you are going to use it to ensure your network security. Okay, like uh, you may Palo Alto firewall, right? So in that Palo Alto firewall, you want to do user authentication, so that user identification, and that users are in your production network, that users are remotely managed by Active Directory server, AD server. Okay, so this AD server should be integrated with your Palo Alto firewalls, right? So it's, if you want to do if you want to achieve the user authentication in your Palo Alto firewall, you by using just Palo Alto firewall itself, you can't able to achieve it. You need to sometimes, based on your network in infrastructure need, you need to integrate your, you may have some remote user management systems, like you may have your DNS server, your own DNS server, your own, right? And any other user authentication method, maybe AD or TACAS, Radius. So these servers you need to integrate. So in the with your Palo Alto firewall to achieve that user based authentication features, and as well as other like DNS resolver, right? So that and all, sometimes your Palo Alto firewall need other devices support to come to give your enhanced features to achieve whatever the features which is available in Palo Alto firewall with the 100%, right? So in that and all, we call it as a service route here. Okay, so here service system services. Okay, What are the system services we have, like Paloalto, AD, sorry, DNS, AD, Taka server, and then radius server, right? User based identification feature, identification services. You need to enable user id agent that is called user id agent service, right? So that and all you can integrate via by the help of system services. So what are the system services we have, and how to configure your system services by default, in which interface system services are enabled, and how to enable in some other interfaces based on your infrastructure. So that and all you're going to learn under system services. Okay. And while troubleshooting the AD, while configuring the AD, while integrating your AD with the user identification, here we are going to do with AD integration, Active Directory integration. So while doing that, you can able to see what is system services, how to connect with the system services, how to configure in case if you're having some issue with the Active Directory, how to troubleshoot with the system services related in uh, settings. Okay, that and all you are going to learn under module 8 guys here. And how to create the, in case while doing SSL VPN, we are going to create some SSL certificate and for encryption purpose, decryption purpose. Okay. And then we are going to do SSL decryption create we are going to create SSL decryption policy while doing UTM features like application control, URL filter, right? So in that case, so in that time we are going to learn how what is certificates, SSL certificate, how to create our customized SSL certificate, and how to manage it, and how to configure SSL decryption policy. So that and all you are going to do here. Okay. And then just in case of these are all the troubleshootings along configuration, we'll do that in your EDU 220 paper itself. And in case any troubleshooting when comes to the issues, where we are going to see how to troubleshoot that certificate related issues, user identification related issues. Okay. So that and all we are going to see. And then this is for SSL VPN. Global product is the SSL VPN application. It's a client-based authentication, right? So which is supported by Paloalto SSL VPN base. So that is called global product. Okay. In case SSL VPN, if you have some issue, if you're not able to connect with your global product application, so how to troubleshoot it, and that and all you're going to learn here. Okay. And then so 12th, it's for fully customer support, how to register and how to, in case if you're having any issue, how to raise the ticket in your configuration team, support configuration support team, and how to escalate that. And as well as if you're having any hardware related issue, and so this is called ramas. Okay. So resource management. Okay. So this is resource management team guys. Okay. So your it's a hard which is mainly focusing hardware related. It's a hardware based team. Hardware issue, they are focusing the hardware issues like hardware, in case maybe hardware crash or warranty issue, everything they will handle it from us. Okay. So that team will handle in a Palo Alto support. Okay. So how to register the ticket and how to achieve approach the team. So that under you are going to learn in this EDU 2 sorry 330 paper guys. Okay. So that is fully about troubleshooting paper. Okay. So what are the troubleshooting tools we have in Palo Alto? So how to use that tools in Palo Alto, right? So what are the CLI features for troubleshooting we have? How to access the CLI uh, consoles, right? So that and all. And like I said, so packet capturing in a GUI and packet capturing in a CLI, right? Debugging, everything we are going to do in this fire troubleshooting, guys. Okay. So this is EDU 330 paper, guys. So these are all the syllabus which is covered under PCNSE. If you go for a PCNSE certification, obviously you should have a knowledge on these three papers. Okay, guys. So our course curriculum, which fully focusing all these paper EDU 210, 220, and 330. Okay, so let me show you all this. So sometimes what is this, and so very new guys, right? So if you may not heard like this this terminology which is used in a Palo Alto side, like uh, so app blocks the threads by identifying the device, right? So and then block the threads. So it's nothing. We are going to use user identification. We are going to use and then IPS and antivirus profiles. So that maybe you may hear frequently that words, but these words you may not heard it, right? So I sometimes you are not able to understand what is this curriculum. So everything, whatever EDU 210 discuss, whatever EDU 220 is going to discuss, EDU 330 is going to discuss, right? So all these paper we have mingled and we have created the uh, each model. All these three papers we have created model by model. So whatever in simple words I have added here, so you can able to easily understand by module wise. Okay, so these are all the course curriculum which is total, which is in integrated with the EDU 210 paper, EDU 220 paper, and EDU 330 paper, guys. Okay, so so let me show you that module one. As I said, platform and architecture we are going to cover here. In you are going to learn the while doing the platform and architecture. So you're while doing introduction to the Palo Alto firewalls, you're going to, if you are very fresher, if you're not aware what is firewall, so what firewall do, what is the what is firewall features, what are the features we have firewalls having it, right? So that and all while doing introduction to the Palo Alto networks, I'm going to along with that previous one more thing, introduction to the firewall. So what is firewall, what are the type of firewall we have, what are the products we have in a firewall, vendor product, other vendor products we have, what is the difference between them. So all those stuffs we are going to discuss here. And then what are this one, next generation firewall overview. Okay, under here we will discuss, guys. Okay, and pan wise is nothing, it's a Palo Alto firewalls proprietary operating system. Palo Alto network operating system, which runs Palo Alto firewall runs under pan operating system, guys. Okay, so what are the type of fan operating system we have, I mean up to now, what is the latest version, everything we will discuss here. And device management, so initial configuration, how to connect the consoles, how to access the CLI console very first time, how to access the GUI console very first time while accessing the CLI through telnet and SSH both access, and to access the while accessing the GUI. Okay, telnet, SSH access, and GUI, HTTP, HTTPS access. Okay, so we are going to see, and then how to register your firewall and in your Palo Alto customer portal, how to update your Palo Alto firewall, patch updates, and operating system upgradation, right? So that and all we are going to see here, and then configuration file types like um, commit log. Sorry, uh, here we have a two different type of files, configuration files. So candidate configuration and then running configuration file types. So what is candidate configuration file? What is running configuration file? And how to take a backup, restore, right? And commit log and config logs are features other administrators will not able to, when you're like this is an a lock, so it's a just like a locking feature. So if you don't want to allow other administrators simultaneously configure your Palo Alto firewall or apply the configuration changes into your Palo Alto firewall, you can use this commit log, config log features. So that how to create and how who have a privilege to access, create that logs, and who has a privilege to remove that log, and what will happen in case some other administrator take that log, and if he forget to remove that log in a production network, how to fix that issue, everything we will discuss here. Okay, and then type of administrator I told you, right? So your Palo Alto firewall will allow login multiple administrators simultaneously, and how to, what are the type of administrator privileges you have, predefined one, privileges, and then customized privileges. How to create customized privileges. So what is the difference between both and which one we have to do it, right? So everything we will discuss. Okay. And then high availability. So how to create a high, I mean, what is high availability? It's in a failover, right? So which is, this is in a feature which can help us to make our network always available. Okay, so less downtime. To achieve the less downtime, so we need to achieve high availability in your production networks. So that high availability, what are the type of high availability we have? Active, passive, active, active, and how to configure active passive deployment, how to configure active active deployment in, for while in a active deployment, how to configure NAT role. It will use a different approach. Normal NAT configuration is different than when you are having an active deployment. When you have active passive, it's in a normal NAT rule. It's enough to configure, okay, to you in case if your LAN user want to access the internet. But when you have active, the different NAT rule, you should, it's using the different type of NAT rule approach. Okay, you have to configure in a different way. And this active configuration, you can configure different things, different role you can select when you're selecting the active. So round robin method, and based on the session, which device having the less session distribution, right? So so multiple options we have to select the active configuration in a efficient way to configure it. Okay, that and all you are going to learn here. And then how to use this log and reporting features, and how to verify your log, how to take a report in your from your log, right? So report as a PDF, generate the file, reporting file, right? How to analyze the log, that and all you are going to learn under model 2. Okay, so module 1 and module 2, it's fully about in your Paloalto. We have a Paloalto, it's using a different type of architecture. So in this model 1 and model 2 is coming under the management plane. Okay, so while doing this architecture, you can able to understand as well while taking this session. Okay, so after that, the data which your fire, this is administrator, and for management purpose we are going to configure in into your Palo Alto firewall. So to right, so this is administrator I mean as a for a management purpose, efficiently you can use these features to manage your Palo Alto firewall to achieve the better security system in your network. Okay, so uh, after module 3, what are all the features we have in Palo Alto firewall, how to use these features to protect your to protect your infrastructure by using your Palo Alto firewall. So that features and services we are going to learn. This is managing by the data plane unit. Okay, in your architecture, in Palo Alto architecture, guys. So this we are going to learn after module 2. So module 3, it's about the deployment. Your Palo Alto firewall, you can deploy in a 5 different way your data interfaces. Okay, so these are all that L3 interface, L2 deployment, virtual wire deployment, interface deployment, and tap interface deployment. Okay, so what is L3 deployment? Why, in which scenario we have to deploy your Palo Alto firewall data interfaces as a L3, and which scenario you have to deploy your Palo Alto data interfaces as a layer 2, and virtual wire in which scenario we have to deploy as in a virtual wire interface as, right? And this HA interfaces, we know when you want to achieve the high availability, in if so your Palo Alto use a different type of HA approach. You need a pair of interfaces, at least you need two interfaces to achieve the high availability between your two Palo Alto firewalls. So in that case, if you don't have in your hardware two high availability dedicated interfaces, how to use your data interface as a HA interface, that we are going to see it under HUD. So you can use your data interfaces as a HA interface as well. So how to configure that we are going to see under HA interface deployment mode. Okay, and tab mode, it's just like an monitoring. It's for used for to detect the vulnerabilities, or it's used for monitoring purpose or auditing purpose. So when you deploy your Palo Alto firewall data interface as a tab interface, that interface can detect the vulnerability, threat, spyware, malware, right? So anything it can detect, but it can't able to take any action against that vulnerabilities. So it's just like an it can work just like a IDS. Okay, so it can detect the vulnerabilities. It can able to send the report to the monitoring team, right? So, but it will not take against any action against that vulnerabilities. So, in which scenario we have to deploy that the tab interface deployment and why we are using it, that we will discuss in that particular session, guys. Okay. So after that, module 4, security and NAT policies, how to configure your basic security rules in your Palo Alto firewall and NAT policies in your Palo Alto firewall. Okay. And so that and all we are going to discuss under module 4, guys. Okay, and module 5, which is about the application control. So how to create the your application. So if you want to block some specific applications, some specific micro applications inside your application, right? So that and all, how to we can do it. So that we are going to learn under app ID features. So what is app ID feature? How app ID feature is detecting the well applications to block or allow dedicatedly, right? And how to create a customized application control feature, how to use predefined or category based application filters. What is category based application filter? So, right? So, how to use that Palo Alto category based application filters. And if you want to create a customize, I'm running some specific customized applications. So I want to create a customized application filter. So in that case, how to create that and all we are going to learn under app ID feature module 5, guys. Okay. And module 6, it's user ID user based authentication. So if you want to block some your users or user groups, right? So how to integrate your Active Directory with your Palo Alto firewall, how to create a user and user group on Active Directory server, okay, and how to integrate with your Palo Alto firewall, how to create the policy on use to filter the users based on the user ID filtering. Okay, so that and all you are going to learn under user ID features. So module 6. Okay, and module 7, content ID. So which is about your IPS. It's fully discuss about your IPS, like your antivirus, anti-spyware, vulnerability protection, so content detection, I mean data leakage protection, right? So I don't want to allow my internal user or external users to steal some data which is available in my network infrastructure, so which is very sensitive information about my users or about my projects. So in that case, data leakage protection. So right, so that you have to achieve it. So that and all we are going to learn under content ID feature, guys. Okay, and this is about your IPS function. Until it we are going to discuss about here only we are going to discuss. So your cyber attack life cycle and what is vulnerability, what is spyware, what is malware, what is threats, what are the type of attacks we have. Okay, what is read as attacks, what is spoofing, right? So that and all we are going to just discuss here only. Okay, and module 8, it's about the URL filtering. So if you want to block some websites or category based website, I want to block social networking websites, I want to block education related websites. So how to use category based filters. I want to create, I want to allow or deny some specific category based URLs or some specific, I want to block entire social networking website, but I want to allow in in Facebook, it's a part of social networking application. So how to override that existing rule to allow some specific URL. So that and how to create a override policy, right? How to create a category based filter your URLs, right? So that and all we are going to learn under module 8. And module 9, you are going to learn decryption, how to, in case the traffic is encrypted, so how your firewall will do deep inspection to against the vulnerability, spyware, malware, or application control, or URL filter. If you want to achieve it, so encrypted traffic is not able to identify it, right? So in that case, content filter, if you're doing some content filter, so in that case you have to do decryption policy, your encrypted traffic. So how to achieve the decryption features, and how your Palo Alto will do that, and what will happen, right? So that and all you're going to learn in the module 9, guys. Okay. In module 10, it's about the SSL VPN global product, how to configure SSL VPN, and how to install your global product application, how to download this global product application from your Palo Alto portal, right? So how to configure SSL VPN, everything you are going to learn under module 10. And under module 11, it's about the site-to-site VPN, IPsec site-to-site VPN, how to configure your IPsec site-to-site VPN, and how to troubleshoot what is phase one, what is phase two, what is encryption, what is hashing, right? So what are the type of packets or exchanging, all those stuffs you're going to learn under site-to-site VPN, guys. Okay. And up to module 11, module 1 to module 11, it's totally, previously we were discussed the papers, right? So EDU 210, 220, like that. So up to module 11, from module 1 to module 11, from module 1 to module 11, it's about your 210 paper, EDU 210 paper, guys. Okay. And the module separately, module 12, it's totally discussing about your EDU 2 220 paper. Okay, about panorama, what is panorama, how to add your panorama into the Palo Alto firewall into the panorama, how to create the policies to your remote Palo Alto devices from your panorama, how to get the patch update and upgrade. So that and all, how to do that. So from your Palo Alto panorama to Palo Alto, and what is Palo Alto high availability, right? So how to configure it, everything you are going to learn under module 12, which is EDU 220 paper, which is discussing about EDU 220 paper. And then module 13, it's about troubleshooting, which is nothing, it's which discussing about EDU 330 paper. Okay. So what are the tools we have in a troubleshooting, while doing the troubleshooting, what is the methodology we have to approach while troubleshooting, and what are the how, I mean, in your CLI, how to access your Palo Alto CLI for troubleshooting purpose, how to capture the packet, what is the packet flow, right? So what is the packet flow in when your Palo Alto firewall receiving any IP packet. Let's say this is Palo Alto firewall, and it's going to receive some IP packet in, and it is going to further forward the traffic to your from internal to external network. So meanwhile, from receiving one interface, and it's need to further forward to exit interface, and that exit interface need to further forward the traffic to your ISP gateway, right? So meanwhile, in this, between these two interfaces, how your Palo Alto firewall is processing the packet based on your security rules, in security features, uh, profiles, whichever you have implemented based on that, right? What are the process we have, that packet will be, how the packet will be processed for each process. Like if I want to, if I'm creating the URL filter, how it is processed, in which stage it will be hand over by your firewall, Palo Alto firewall, the packet flow of your Palo Alto firewall, we are going to discuss, guys. Okay. And doing the troubleshooting, and how to capture the packet, how to view that packet. Okay. And how to diagnose, how to troubleshoot in case if your packet is receiving in your in incoming interface, and when it is not able to further forward the traffic to the exit interface, how to detect that, while how to capture that by the help of logs. Okay. So that and all we are going to see. And after that, so this is I to as I said, it's in a transit. So whenever you're capturing the packet from receiving interface to X, while further forward the traffic in a transferring mode stage. Okay, and this is incoming stage, it's exit stage, outgoing stage. Okay, so incoming or receiving mode, transit mode is a outgoing interface. I mean, exit to forward the traffic further. Okay, so transmission mode. So how to capture the packet on in receiving mode, how to capture the packet on forwarding mode, right? So transmitting mode, and what is system service? To previously I have to told you, right? So what is system service and all. So how to, in case if you're having a issue with a your, if you're unable as administrator, you're unable to fix that issue further, if you need a support, how to create, how to raise the ticket on a Palo Alto customer support portal, and how to escalate that, how to approach the hardware supporting team. So that and all we are going to learn under troubleshooting, guys. Okay, and the final one, which is about the preparing for your PCNSC or PCNSC examination, how exam will be conducted, and what is that, how in each model, what kind of the possibility exam questions will come, how to prepare for your examination for in each model. Okay, how they are going to what is the weightages for each model, each these three papers, in when it comes to the PCNSC exam, what are the weightages in a each three papers for a examination mark, how much of how much of the percentages will come, right? So all those stuffs we'll discuss, and how to prepare yourself for the certification after the training. Okay, and that and all will assist you guys. Okay, so for exam preparation. Okay, these are all the course curriculum. That's all about the Palo Alto course curriculum. The Palo Alto, which is going to start on 17th March, sorry, 17th May. Really sorry, guys. Okay, so actually in your flyer, it's unfortunately it's mentioned as a 16th May. I just we just noticed that. Okay, actually it is 17th, coming Wednesday. It's going to start. Okay, so this fine on firewall compo, so it's not mandatory to join only for fine on firewall compo. It's totally optional. If your wish, that is your wish, so you can take as a compo pack, and as well as you can take only Palo Alto as well. Okay, the cost for Palo Alto, okay, only for Palo Alto, if you're going to take only for okay, so sorry guys, so actually wrongly they have added just now only I noticed that actual cost. So this is for next batch. Actually we have designed this thing for next batch, but the offer is 50% offer, so cost is 5,000 INR. So actual cost is 10,000 for Palo Alto, and since it's in a 50% offer, you can take this course for 5,000 INR. Okay, INR. Okay, yes. So the course fee for Palo Alto itself is the 5,000 INR. And if you're looking for a compo, so actual cost is 40,000. For those who actual cost is 50,000. And those who are going to take a compo will give a 10,000 offer normally. So that cost is 40,000. And now if since 50% offer is going on, so you can take this fine on firewall compo for 20,000 rupees itself, guys. And that those who are going to take a fine on firewall compo, they can they can have I mean installment payment option. You can make your payment as a three installment. First installment is a 50% of your course fee, so that is 10,000 INR, okay, or 300 USD. Okay, so this is for abroad students, 300 USD, and these 300 USD you can make as a 150 USD as your first initial payment. Okay, for abroad students, and second installment, so regain remaining 50 percentage. So once if you have completed your Palo Alto firewall, when you're coming to the next firewall training program, maybe that is Fortigate. Okay, so while attending the Fortigate, you have to pay. So first installment is a 50 percentage, and second installment is 25 percentage. Third installment 25, remaining 25 percentage is okay. So that is 10,000 INR or 150 USD. Okay, and then um, second installment when you are attending the next firewall, so 5,000 INR you have to pay, or 80 USD. Sorry, 75 USD. Okay, here 150 USD plus tax for currency exchange. Okay, so based on the mode of payment, you can make your payment through PayPal if you're abroad students. Okay, and you can use any currency exchange like MoneyGram, like that. Okay, so based on that exchange tax, you have to pay, tax will be vary. So PayPal means, so for 150 USD they will charge around 5 USD, for 5 to 6 USD. So that additional charges you have to pay. There is no tax. This is an exchange tax which is deducted from the um, the mediator which you are using, the tool which you are using for a payment gateway. Okay, so they will deduct it. So 80 USD as a second installment, and third installment after completion of your second firewall and you enter into third firewall, that time you have to make your third installment. Okay, so that is again remaining 5,000 for Indian students. So 80 USD for you guys. Okay, 75 plus tax. Okay, yes. So these are all the this is applicable, this installment payment option is applicable only for those who are going to take a 5-in-1 firewall combo, guys. Okay, so if you are looking only for Palo Alto, so there is no installment option, so you can make your payment only on your so based on your firewall which you are going to learn. Okay, so so duration for each, let me show you. I'll write that duration for each firewall so that you can have a clear idea. So So Palo Alto, comparatively any other firewall, you're going to learn huge. Palo Alto has huge content. Okay, so Palo Alto will take 1.5 months. Okay, so 50 hours, 50 to 60 hours it will take to complete. Okay, so 1.5 months it will take to complete entire 1.5 months it will take us entirely to complete all these three papers. Okay, and so 50 to 60 hours. So weekdays, 1.5 months. Weekend, it will take 2 months to complete. I mean, 6 weekends to 8 weekend it will take. Okay. So this batch we are starting with the weekdays only. So it will take 1.5 months. Okay. And for Fortigate, it will take 40 to 50 hours. So it will take 1 month. Okay. 1 month to complete your FortiGate firewall, to complete FortiGate security paper and infrastructure paper. Checkpoint, it will take 40 hours to complete CCSA and CCSE both. 42, that's also 40 to 50. Okay, so that is also it will take 1 month to complete. Okay, and ASA will take 25 to 30 hours to complete ASA. Okay, So ASA, so 25, 22, 25 hours to 30. So it will 25 hours it will take to complete your ASA. So 3 weeks it will take to complete. And then Cisco FTD, it will take 25 to 30 hours. Okay, 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks it will take, guys. Okay, so which means 1 month. These two it will take 1.5 months to complete. Okay, and your Palo Alto will take 1.5 months to complete, so 3 months, and then Fortigate and Checkpoint it will take one plus 1 month, so 2 months. So totally 5 months it will take. The course duration, okay, so it's okay. The 5 months to complete. The course validity is 1 year, guys. So next 1 year after register your admission, after completion of your admission, so you have a 1 year validity. So in this 1 year validity you can take within a 5 months you can able to complete your Palo Alto fire, I mean your 5-in-1 firewall combo. And after that, if you want to take a reattempt or multiple attempts, if you want to do your any firewall or entire compo in this 1 year validity, we are running each every month we are starting firewall batches. So you can join any new batch with this for this 5-in-1 firewall compo. Okay, so anytime morning batch, evening batch, weekend batch, okay, anything based on your availability you can join as well, guys. Okay, so 1 year validity you have, you can do n number of attempts in this validity in this 1 year span of time, guys. Okay, and so regarding any queries, guys, regarding the firewall, the time will be Nasim, time will be the same time which today we have taken, right? So 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. 1.5 hour session per day. Okay, timing will be it's a weekdays batch, Monday to Friday. So it is mentioned in the flyer itself. Okay, so in this combo we are starting first with a Palo Alto. So if you are taking a combo pack, we can George, we can sorry, let me complete. So if you're taking a combo pack, so first we are going to start with Palo Alto, then we are going with a Fortigate, then we are starting with Checkpoint, fourth one ASA, fifth one FTD. Okay, so that is your in this batch flow. The timing which going to start on 17th May, and timing will be 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay, and the same timing which today we have scheduled it, right? So the same timing only, guys. And weekend as per weekend batch. So as of now, weekend running with a 40 gate. So weekend batch timing will be, so after the 40 gate only we'll start weekend batch. So that will take 3 weekends to complete your 40 gate. So that most probably it will start with June only. Okay, so I'll let you know what is the exact date on weekend for weekend batch. Actually, that is Saturday batch. Nice. Okay, Alan, it's actually Saturday only batch. So entire day we have a session. So morning 10:30 a.m. to, yeah, yeah, Alan. Thank you. 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. only on Saturday. Full day session. In between, you have 1 hour break for your lunch. Okay. So if this is suitable to you, you can join this batch as well. But that will be started on the June month. Okay. So next month only it will be started because currently we are going with a Fortigate firewall. Okay, guys. Any queries, guys? Any other queries? Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow also we have a demo. So tomorrow I'm going to take some topic in Palo Alto. So in case already almost 30 minutes we are cross over the our time slot. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask me tomorrow as well, or else you can contact me this number. This is my WhatsApp number. You can just ping me 8863. You can call or you can WhatsApp me. Okay, I'll drop this number in chat box as well.